ahead and just find a comfortable seat. It can be cross-legged, hero's pose, whatever you want to rest in for the next couple minutes. Good. And then bring your hands, if you're seated, kind of like around your knees. So your arms are a little bit more straighter. And then see if you can just gently pull back. So we draw the shoulder blades together and then relax the shoulders down towards your waist. So you feel some opening across the heart space. Drop the chin just slightly, find some length through the back of the neck. And then close your eyes or allow your gaze to rest on one point. And just start to let your awareness drop inward. Feeling the breath move through the body as you breathe in and breathe out. And just trying to drop into the experience of being right here on your mat. We always lead busy lives, but it seems like there's always something else popping up this year, especially. It's a pandemic or wildfires or some other crazy thing. So just for right now, let all that go. Just be right here. Can you start to feel your breath get a little longer, more complete? And with those deeper, fuller breaths, can you start to let some of the tension come out of your shoulders, your neck, maybe the fronts of your hips? Soften into the shape a little more. And if your thoughts, if your attention starts to wander, if you start to feel fidgety, just see how quickly you can draw yourself back to the breath. No extra commentary or judgment needed. Just bringing yourself back to right here. We'll start to introduce a little movement, but I want to keep it slow so you're really connected to that nice full breath. So you're going to cup your knees, and on your inhale, pull your heart forward, feel the shoulder blades draw together, maybe lift the chin. And then super slow on your exhale, push into the knees, pull the navel in, tuck chin to chest, so it's this big curl of the spine. And then again, inhale, pull the heart forward, drop the shoulders, lift the heart. Big exhale, round it all the way back. Move through that a few more times at the pace of your own breath. Feeling your breath start to expand into the new places as you move and breathe. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath like that. And as you finish your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We'll keep the right hand at the right knee, take the left hand behind you, and I want you to push into the right knee, start to turn your chest And drop your right shoulder towards your left knee. So it's this nice little twist, but you're also getting some space in the right side body, maybe the right hip. Drop into that stretch a little bit more. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, release, come back to center. Same thing, other side, left hand to your left knee. You're going to press into that knee, turn away. So you're drawing your left knee to your left shoulder to your right knee. You can kind of use your breath to work into this twist. Find some tight spaces, invite them to open a little more. And go ahead, release back to center. We'll do that one more time. So right hand to right knee, big inhale, lift the chest. Then as you exhale, push into your knee, drop your right shoulder down. Just take a full breath here. And go ahead, come back to center. Left hand to your left knee, inhale. Exhale, twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Back to center. All right, last one seated. We're going to sweep. Let's see. Sweep the left hand forward. The right hand will follow it. Then the left fingertips will come behind you. And you'll sweep this right hand all the way over your head, kind of finding this little baby back bend, heart opener. And then we'll come the other way. So right hand sweeps forward, left hand follows it. Right hand comes back. Inhale, open the chest, roll the left shoulder back. And then come back forward. And then see if you can add a little bit of fluidity to this. We're going to work on a lot of expansion today. So into the heart space, into the shoulders, inviting a lot of openness, but also inviting you to take up space on your mat. So start to move in ways that feel good, without a lot of thought about how they look, right? This is just about feeling. We'll take this once more to each side. When you feel like you've evened that out, go ahead, come back to center. We'll just roll over to hands and knees. So tabletop when you're ready. And then maybe some big hip circles or cat-cow or whatever you want to do to create some space in the lower body here. Two more breaths. And then plant down through your hands, press into the index to your thumb side of the hand, tuck the toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then same idea, keep working with the breath to find more space, more expansion in this posture. So let the spine get longer, let the heels sink heavier towards the earth. And then breathe into all that length. One more full breath. On your next inhale, come to the top of a plank. Press into the hands, lift the chest away from the mat, and then slight tuck at the pelvis so your hip bones move towards your bottom ribs, belly draws up towards your spine. And we'll just hold here for a couple breaths, start to build a little bit of strength, wake up the entire body. See if you can make your breath as slow and as even and as smooth as you did when we were seated. And notice how that helps you stabilize in this posture a little bit more. And when the breath is relaxed, so is the body. Alright, on your next inhale, rock onto your tiptoes and then lower all the way down to the mat. We'll climb up to the forearms for Sphinx pose. So press into the hands, pull your shoulders back, find some broadening across the heart. And then either stay here, if you'd like a little bit more spinal compression, you can start to press into the hands, maybe lift the forearms up. Wrap the elbows down, so that soft inner crease of your elbow points forward. And if you feel like you're scrunching your shoulders up towards your ears, see if you could pull the shoulder blades together, lift the heart through the arms. And then if you want even more here, you can start to flex the feet, maybe lift the heels up. Feel the glutes, the backs of the legs turned on. It's early in the practice, so if it starts to feel crampy at all, Just come right back down. We got 2 more breaths. Last inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees, lower the elbows, tuck the toes, and you're just gonna kind of press yourself up and back to this heart melting shape. So elbows stay down, or forearms stay down, and then the hips reach back. And then same idea, see if you could roll the elbows down so that soft inner crease lifts up. Press into your pinkies a lot. See if you can lift up your 3 middle fingers. And then maybe lift up your thumb too. Notice how it turns on the outside of your armpits a little more. Alright. As you bring the hands back down, press yourself back up to all fours. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Feeling into this shape once more. And then just a little bit more dynamic core, shoulder warming up. So keep your belly strong at all times and keep the shoulders drawn back. As we inhale, we're going to come to this modified up dog. So you'll come to a high plank, and then just see if you can draw your hips towards your wrists. Pull the shoulders back, heart grows through the arms. And then big pull of the belly up towards the spine. Send the hips all the way up and back, downward dog. 2 more like that. So it's the inhale that pulls you all the way forward. Press into the hands. See if you can pull the heart through the arms. Stay really strong. Good. Exhale, hips up and back. 1 more of those. Inhale. Engage the glutes. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. And then inhale, send the right leg up towards the sky. And maybe take a moment to kind of bend the knee, spin that hip around, find some space. Switch directions. And inhale, send that right leg straight out behind you. As you exhale, step your foot right next to your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. You're going to plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Start to reach your right arm forward. So it's to the inside of this right leg. Okay, and we're going to start to sweep that right hand all the way across. Follow the hand with your gaze. You're going to reach behind you. And then bring it all the way back forward. Try that again. So it's this big sweep of the arm, trying to create space across the chest, the shoulder socket, like that. Feel that little stretch across your hip. 1 more. Bring your right hand down, and then it's kind of like that heart melting pose we just did. You're going to walk your hands forward, and then this time see if you could drop the hips forward a little more. So we find length through the sides of the waist, and then also in the front of that left hip. Wrap the backs of the arms down. And walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Make your way back to downward facing dog whenever you're ready. And then on an inhale, send your left leg up, bend your knees, tuck your hips, make a few hip circles if that feels good. Make sure you go both directions. And then inhale that left leg straight up. Exhale, step your left foot to the inside of your left thumb. Right knee is going to come down. Right hand plants under your shoulders. Reach that left arm forward. Find a little more length through the torso. Let your hips drop more. And then we'll start to sweep that left hand all the way overhead. Peel the chest to the sky. Follow the hand as you reach back. Look towards it. And then take it all the way back forward. Up and around. Back. 1 more, nice and slow. Take your left hand forward, right hand comes to meet it. We'll let the hips drop a little bit more, see if we can find more length in the spine, and then just breathe into that length, expand. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, downward dog when you're ready. And then if you like the vinyasa vinyasas, you're welcome to take a vinyasa here. If you don't, you can stay in downward dog. And a vinyasa is anything you choose. So you can come high plank, down to the mat, take cobra, up dog. You can come down to your knees, take a little cat-cow, and then back to downward dog when you're ready. It's just sort of a little reset for you, for your practice, for your breath. Once you're back in downward dog, let's inhale, send the right leg up and back. As soon as we exhale, let's step the right foot in between the hands, lower the back knee down, sweep both arms up. And then as you exhale, interlace the hands at the lower back. Reach your knuckles down, pull your shoulder blades draw together as the heart lifts. And then maybe you could send the left hip forward, engage in the left glute. Alright, inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky. Hands to the mat. Go ahead and send your hips back, straighten your right leg. Dig the right hip crease back, reach the chest forward. Just hang out here for a couple breaths, opening up that right hamstring. If you'd like, you can walk your hands over to the right. Keep drawing the right hip back, but you'll find a little more outer hip stretch this way. Alright, and then on your next inhale, go ahead and crawl back forward. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale to go halfway lift, back flat. Exhale, fold. Let's hang out here for the first round. It's our first forward fold, so just kind of let the head be heavy, maybe sway a bit side to side. Finding a little release. And then press down to your feet. Next inhale, circle the arms wide and high, come all the way up to stand. And then pull the hands to heart center as you exhale. Just take one breath here, let the shoulders drop down towards your waist. And then inhale, reach the arms back up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. And then exhale, point your hands, step your left foot back, so same side. Back knee comes down. Inhale, take the arms up. Catch your left wrist with your right hand, lift up and over to the right. Just take a full breath here, keep scissoring the legs together. And then as you inhale, both arms reach up. As you exhale, sweep the arms behind you so the shoulder blades kind of scoop together. Maybe you can take your gaze up. And then hands to the mat, step back. Vinyasa, modified vinyasa, however you want to get back to downward dog. And then inhale, reach your left foot up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Back knee comes down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. See if you can take the opposite pinky on top of the side so you're kind of taking the awkward grip. And then reach the knuckles down. Send the hips forward, lift the heart. Breathe into elbow expansion. Alright, release the hands down. Straighten your front leg, send the left hip back. Reach the chest forward. And then if you did it on the first side, go ahead and walk your hands out to the left. Just take a nice couple breaths here. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. We'll step up to that halfway lift. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right back up as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step your right foot back. Inhale, sweep arms to sky. Catch your right wrist, exhale over to the left. Stay for a breath in, and a breath out. Then reach both arms up, and then exhale, sweep the hands back, kind of lift the heart up, and then hands to the mat, step back, vinyasa if you like. So we're a little warmer, a little more awake. We're going to build a bit more heat, speed it up, but go at your own pace always, all right? So if you need to go slower than how I cue, feel free to do that. So from downward dog, inhale, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, back knee stays lifted. This time we inhale, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, deepen it, bend the front knee. And then inhale, reach the arms back. And as you exhale, we'll sweep the hands behind us. And then to the mat, step back, vinyasa. Straight into the left side. When you're ready, inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot through. Let your inhale take you up, crescent. Deepen on the exhale. And then inhale, reach the arms up and back. Exhale, sweep the hands all the way behind you and then down to the mat. Step back, rinse it out. One more of those. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot through. Inhale, rise, crescent. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come all the way back and down. Step back and lower. Here we go, one more. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Exhale, deepen. Reach up and back. Exhale, hands all the way down to the mat so you can ride that exhale down. Beautiful. Moving on from there, inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the back heel down, circle the arms up and around, warrior two. Good, take a breath to settle in. And then just let the left hand come to your back thigh, flip the right palm up. Keep the bend in your right knee, but reach that right arm up and back. Okay, one more inhale. And then rise your exhale down to the mat, step back, maybe take the vinyasa, maybe skip it. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Right up to warrior two when you're ready. Inhale, rise. Exhale, deepen. Stay for a breath here. And then just let that left arm reach up and back, so staying in the lunge. One more big inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, rinse that out. We'll go through that one more time with the breath. And then we'll slow things down a little bit again. So last little vinyasa flow. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, ride up and around, warrior two. Exhale, deepen. You got it. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, maybe skip the vinyasa. Last side, inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, step through. Back heel down, inhale, rise. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back. One more vinyasa. And then when you finish that, child's pose. Knees down, knees wide, sit all the way back towards your heels, forehead to the mat, maybe forehead to your hands. Just arrive back into being right here. Sometimes humans have a little bit of tendency to focus on the negative. We can see that globally in the news, but sometimes we can see it in our practice as well. A little quicker to find self-judgment or criticism when stuff gets hard or we can't do things. And it feels a lot harder to be proud of our accomplishments or the things that we can do. And part of the work of expansion is sharing that light within you with others. Focusing on the good rather than the bad. Your next inhale, just come forward. We'll bring the hands forward again. Find heart melting pose one more time. Bring the armpits a little closer to the mat. Just melt into the shape. And then from here, just see if you could slide all the way onto your belly, right into Sphinx pose. Press the forearms down, roll the shoulders back. And then tuck the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, press into the forearms, lift the hips away from the mat. And then just focus on how much strength you can find here. How much your body works to support you, how much your breath works to support you. Appreciating all that it took for you to get to this moment on your mat. From Zoom to years of yoga practice, or maybe days if you're new, to a functioning healthy body, everything that brought you right here. Let that fill you up as you continue to breathe and hold the shape. 3 more full breaths. And then go ahead, slowly lower the hips back down, slide the hands next to your lower ribs, press up and back. Downward facing dog. Get a little longer through the spine as you press into the hands, and then sink the hips a little closer to the mat. And we'll inhale, take the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, back to warrior 2. So when you're ready, spin the back heel down, circle the arms up and around. A little bit slower, we'll hold this one slightly longer. So settle into it, get comfortable. Relax the shoulders, bend into that right knee. And more expansion from fingertip to fingertip. And then breathe into all that space. Let's go ahead and flip the right hand up, reach it up to the sky. And then this time maybe catch that right wrist with your left hand, lift up. And then start to reach up and back. Root the tailbone down. And then we're going to press into the right foot and just start to straighten the right leg. So we draw that thigh kind of into the socket. See if we can find even more length through your right side body. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, keep drawing the hips back, but break the arms open. Let the right hand fall all the way down to the right shin, maybe the mat. Triangle pose. Press super strong through that back foot. We're going to try to come straight into half moon from here. So start with a little bend in that right knee. And then if you'd like, you can take that right hand to your right hip or maybe into a little half bind. Yeah, and then shift the weight into the right leg, start to pick that left leg up. If you want to keep working on the heart expansion, roll that top shoulder back, maybe bend the back leg. Yeah, if you got a wall, you can kind of cheat and put your foot on it, like me. Reach back, catch that foot. Maybe find Shavasana. Keep lifting, 2 more breaths for every one. All right, release that back leg. We're gonna bend into the right knee, step the left foot all the way back. Ground that heel down. And then big inhale, reverse it. Exhale, wiggle the hands down to the mat, step back. Rinse that out any way you want. All right, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, sit your left foot between your hands, back heel down, rise up, warrior 2 when you're ready. Take a couple breaths to settle in here. If it helps, maybe close your eyes. Sometimes shutting off one sense can help us tap into more, others a little more strongly. Feel the strength through both feet, both legs, energy reaching from fingertip to fingertip. Breathe into all of that. Expand deeper into the shape. Take your left arm up to the sky, catch your left wrist with your right hand. Pull up, and then start to reach back. So we're super long through left side of the waist. And then press into the left foot, straighten the left leg, draw the left hip back. Reach up and back a little more. Keep sending the left hip crease back. Reach the torso forward, left hand down, right hand to the sky. Triangle. See if you can keep sending energy from fingertip to fingertip. Pressing down evenly through both feet. And slowly start to bend the left knee, step the left hand slightly in front of the left foot, and then right up into half moon when you're ready. Peel open through side body, maybe bending that back leg. You don't even have to catch it, maybe you just work at opening that hip a little more. And then if you like, you can reach back and try to find your foot or your ankle. Two more breaths. Gently release your foot, land it all the way back down to the mat. Root through the feet, inhale, rise, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, vinyasa. All right, inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands, back up to crescent lunge. So sweep both hands up to the sky. And then release your hands, interlace them together to your lower back. Reach your knuckles down, find some opening across your chest. But then see if you could engage low belly here. So even though back body is engaged, your core is too. We'll start to come to warrior 3. So shift the weight into the right leg. Start to kick the left heel up as you reach the crown of the head forward. And then use the strength of the arms reaching back to help you lift here. So it's the engagement of the entire back body that helps you lift, as much as it is pressing through that right foot. One more inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot to meet the right. Send the hips back, chair pose. Release the hands reaching forward. Shift the weight into the left leg, pick the right knee up. And then we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Okay, you can stay here in this like number 4 shape. You can take your hands to heart center. If you like more support, you can take your hands to your shin or fingertips to the mat. If you want to play with a little hip mobility and balance, we'll take an exhale, send the hips and the back a little more. And then as you stand, press the hips forward. 2 more like that. Exhale, sit it back. Inhale, come to stand. Keep flexing that right foot. Last one, exhale. Inhale. Let's all go ahead and release out of that. Bring the right foot down. Sweep the hands to the sky. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step the left foot all the way back. Let's start with the back knee down for this one. Alright, so back knee to the mat, sweep the arms up. Coming into a prayer twist or maybe an open arm twist if you want the space. Hands to heart center. We'll start to rotate the torso towards that front leg. If you want the open arm twist, so reach the arms out. If you want the prayer twist, hook your knee, elbow to the outside of your right knee. Keep sending the left hip forward. And then if you want the extra bit of strength and balance work, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath. We'll release out of that. You step back to plank, so lift your back knee if it's down. And then bring the feet together, spin the heels to the left. Reach the right hand to the sky. You can stagger the feet. You can lower your left knee underneath your hip. You could come onto the ball of your right foot and kind of lift the heart into a sort of wild thing here. It depends on where you want to feel the work. Take 2 more full breaths. And then bring the right hand down, come back through center, come all the way onto the belly. Interlace your hands together to your lower back. Reach your knuckles away from you. Inhale, start to lift everything up, Shalabhasana. Hug inner thighs together, inner ankles together. Tuck the chin. Last 3. A little higher for 2. And 1, hands down. Press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, send your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. We'll rise straight up to crescent lunge. And then interlace hands together at your lower back. Opposite grip again. Take a moment to kind of wiggle your knuckles down, find some opening across the front of the chest. And then hug the low belly in towards the spine, feel that engagement. Start to tip yourself forward, shift the weight into the left leg. As front of the head reaches forward, we pick that back leg up. And then squeeze shoulder blades together, reach the knuckles back. Breathe a little deeper here. All right, very carefully, land your right foot down next to your left. Sink the hips back, sweep the arms up. All right, shift your weight into the right leg. We're going to pick the left knee up and then cross left ankle over your right thigh. Try to do whatever you did on the first side. So if that means hands to heart, hands to shin, stay there. If you want to go for the hip work, we'll exhale, send the hips back a little more. And then inhale, engage the glute, press the hip forward. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, lift up. And one more, exhale. Inhale. And then everybody release out of that, both feet down. Next inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step the right foot all the way back. Back knee down. Reach the arms up. And then hands to heart center. Just start to rotate through your spine. And then decide if you want to stay with the open arm twist or maybe the prayer twist. But see how much you can keep the scissoring of the legs as you come into your twist. So a lot of strength through the legs, through your foundation. If you want to pick that back leg up, go ahead. Rather than focusing on the places where maybe you don't have the space to go today, look for what you can expand into. Where you can breathe a little more. One more breath. Let's go ahead and release the twist. Plant your hands. Let's step back to plank. And then feet together, both heels to the right. Same options, you can modify, bring that right knee down, stagger the feet, kick the left foot back, find wild thing. Try to take 2 really full, expansive breaths. And then both hands down. One more time, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Interlace your hands the opposite way. Reach your knuckles back, lift the legs up. Shalabhasana, squeeze shoulder blades together. Reach the crown of the head forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands. Send the hips back towards your heels, just 1 breath in child's pose. And then inhale back to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Just 1 more little mini sequence. Reach your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot next to your right thumb again. This time back heel spins down for warrior 1. So a slight outward turn of the toes. Sweep the arms up. Good, engage into the left glute, send this left hip forward. Hug the right hip back. And then we're just gonna bend the right elbow and tap that leg right in between your scapula, all right? Use your left hand to kind of turn that tricep forward. So you feel a really nice stretch kind of along the back of your tricep and maybe that right lat space. Press the back of your head into your arm. Hold there, or if you have more space, you can take a full bind, reaching your left hand back and around to clasp your fingers. Okay, it really doesn't matter if you can do the bind, you just want to get a good tricep stretch, so whatever's going to give you that. Send the left hip forward, hug the right hip back, press the back of the head into the arm. All right, and then start to straighten the right leg. Draw the right hip crease back. Start to tip the crown of the head forward. And then we'll release the bind. So take your left fingertips down to the mat. And then kind of turn this right elbow up towards the sky and come right into a revolved triangle. If you want, you can bring your hands to your ankle or maybe a block. Give yourself a little more space to turn. And then if you'd like, you can reach the right hand all the way overhead. Send the right hip back even more. Nice side body stretch. And then right hand comes down. Make your way back through a vinyasa or just straight to downward dog. Last side, inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot next to your left thumb. Spin the back heel down. Warrior 1 when you're ready. This time engage into the right glute. Send the right hip forward, lift it back. And then left hand right in between your scapula. Hug that left elbow in, find that tricep stretch. Stay there if you want. Add the full bind. Wherever you are, see if you can press the back of your skull into that arm to get a little more active stretch. And then bend the front knee a little deeper. Send the right hip forward. All right, so just straighten that front leg. So we press into the left foot to send the left hip crease back. And then just see if you can start to tip the torso forward till it feels like it's kind of parallel to the mat, maybe. And then bring your right hand down, turn the left elbow up to the sky and open up. And then from downward dog, we're going to take the right knee forward for pigeon. So slide your right knee up to your right wrist, left knee comes to the mat behind you. If you know pigeon doesn't work in your body, feel free to take a number 4 stretch on your back, or even like the seated flower log pose. If you like pigeon, stay here. And we're going to start with a little more of an active pigeon. So walk the hands back towards you, and roll your shoulders back and down. Just stay here in the lift, and try to think about expanding across the front body as you send the hips forward. If you want a little bit more, see if you could bend that back leg. And then maybe reach back with the left hand and pull that heel in towards you. And then if you have mermaid or king pigeon or something fancy in your practice, you can play with that here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. If you do want to try mermaid, you just kind of hook your foot into the crease of your elbow. And then that right hand's going to come up and tap in between your scapula just like it did in the tricep stretch. And then you'll hook your fingers together and try to turn forward. Alright, if you're holding that back foot, go ahead and release it. And then we'll start to just walk the hands forward, but see if you can keep as much expansion across the front body as possible. So take up as much space as you need to come all the way down into resting pigeon. And then just start to breathe a little deeper in whatever shape you're in. And take 3 more full breaths here. Slowly start to make your way out. If you're in pigeon, you'll come back to downward dog. If you're on your back or cross-legged, just kind of windshield wiper the legs a bit, release out of that side. If you're coming back to pigeon on the left, go ahead and take your left knee forward. And if you're in the number 4 seated, just switch sides. Take a moment to settle into the shape. For pigeon, we'll walk the hands back towards us. Just try to draw the shoulder blades together. Find that lift across the heart. Maybe you stay there, maybe you bend the back leg. A lot tighter on this side, so I'm not sure it's going to work. But if you want to try the mermaid, slide your foot into the crook of your elbow. Reach your arms up and around. Or just hug that heel in towards you, get a nice quad opening. We'll take 2 more breaths in sort of this lifted pigeon. And then slowly release that back foot if you have it. Just see how much length you can keep along the spine as you start to walk yourself all the way down. A lot of times we'll talk about going deeper in a posture, but sometimes I feel like that invites a thought of compression, like sinking into a shape. And we really want to expand into a shape as much as we can. Broaden across the hips, the spine. So invite your breath to create more length, more space as you inhale. And then expand into that space as you exhale. And slowly start to feel yourself back up. If you're in pigeon, just go ahead and roll all the way onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around. We're all going to meet on our backs, but if you want to take a moment to just kind of windshield wiper the legs side to side or shake the legs out, do what you need to do to kind of release. And then when you do feel ready, come onto your back. Just draw the right knee into the chest or maybe to the outside of the belly. Extend the left leg out. And just kind of flex and point your right foot. Make some little circles with the ankle. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. And you'll draw that knee all the way across into a twist. Right arm comes out to the right. Let your breath expand a little more into the right side of your body. One more breath here. And then come back through center and give that right knee one last little hug in. And let it release. And draw your left leg in to the outside, kind of towards your armpit. Same thing, flex and point your foot. Make some little circles, release it out. And then use your right hand to draw left knee across your body. Just kind of falling into the twist. Take 3 more full deep breaths here. And slowly make your way back to center. And draw the left knee in one more time. And then when you're ready, take your final resting shape. We did that Shavasana, laying flat out along your mat. Maybe it's lying on your side, coming to a seated meditation, whatever's going to help you feel at ease, somewhere you can rest. Take a moment to get as comfortable as you can. And then start to draw your awareness inward. See if you could visualize a little tiny ball of light right at the center of your chest, heart center. Notice any qualities it has, any light, color, warmth. And see if you can visualize that light starting to expand across your chest, into your shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, fingertips, all filled with light. Your back, your belly, front of your hips, front of your legs, backs of your legs. The light expands all the way down to your knees, calves, ankles, feet, toes. And then it expands all the way up to your neck, across your head, your face, your cheeks, your forehead, all the way up through the crown of your head. And then the light starts to expand past your body, out around you, on and on and on. And all you need to do is breathe and be here and emanate all that light. Start to slowly move your fingers and your toes, bringing your awareness back to the room. In your own time, in your own way, slowly make your way up to a seat. You can keep your eyes closed or just let your gaze be relaxed. And once you've found your seat, sit with a tall spine, shoulders relaxed, more open heart. Take your hands right at heart center. Feel that connection. We always close class by saying namaste. That translates to the light in me sees or honors the light in you. So see if you can take that light within you you've created through your practice and share it with those around you today, because we know the world could really use some more good energy. Bring your thumbs to the third eye space, center of the forehead. Lifting our hearts, we bow to ourselves and each other. Namaste.